Hey everybody, it's Hart from My Heart Wine here once again with another weekly wine review. Today I have two California Pinot Noirs. Pinot Noir, fairly typical wine for Easter. This video is coming out right before Easter, so you still have time to get out there and pick up your Easter wine. Um, I'm going to be comparing two fairly available and well-known California Pinot Noirs. It's Meiomi and Boen. All right, and yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment. First off, just want to say thank you to Dave over at Who's Next Barbershop over in Union Beach for making me as pretty as possible. I know it's hard work, but thanks for taking on the challenge and doing the best you can. I highly recommend him. Great barber. If you're in the Monmouth County area and you need a barber who does a great job on beards and everything else, highly recommend Who's Next. And Dave in particular, Who's Next. Okay. Also, another note, I don't have it on yet. It is on its way. I have created some I Heart Wine sweatshirts and t-shirts. They are available if you check out the link below. I'll have a link there. You can find them. They are available in other colors than what's listed there as well. Pretty cool. Be cool if you checked it out. Check out the merch. See what you're interested in. Again, I Heart Wine. All right. With that down, I think that's all the housekeeping notes. Let's get into the video. Try to make your Easter dinner as enjoyable as possible. These wines, Pinot Noir in general, versatile when it comes to food pairings, things you're going to have at Easter often, at least in my household. Baked ziti, lasagna, ham, turkey, lamb. This is something that Pinot Noir can play well with pretty much all of those and any of those. So it's very versatile. It's a great one to show up to eat dinner with if you're having it with somebody else. Hopefully everybody vaccinated and ready to roll. In any case, let's talk about these two in particular. So Pinot Noir in general, very finicky grape, very small, very prone to rot in a lot of cases. Originally from Burgundy in France, so home of them. You hear the stories of the monks going out into the vineyards and actually tasting the dirt to tell the difference between the places where it would grow best. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a cool story. So again, very finicky. Definitely takes a lot of flavor from the terroir, and yeah. So here's the Meiomi again. Meiomi, super popular brand name. You're gonna see this just about everywhere. Both of these wines were $19.99 in the store, anywhere in New Jersey for the most part. $19.99. They are also both available on both companies' websites for $24.99. This one's got a cute little bear on it there. Okay, again from California. Both of these wines are the brainchild of Joe Wagner. Joe Wagner, if you're not familiar, is the son of Charles Wagner, who created the Caymus wine, which is world famous for Cabernets. He kind of spread his wings from his dad to make some Pinot Noir, and he's making some really nice stuff. So he started with Meiomi, and they're from three different regions where they source the grapes for this wine. All right, so you have Sonoma, Monterey, and Santa Barbara are the three wine regions where it comes from. They're all coastal wine regions in California. Therefore, Meiomi, which is the Wapo Indian name for coast. All right, so nice naming idea he had there. And he sort of came out with this wine. Some people say he was lucky. Sometimes people say he's a genius. I'd say it's probably a little bit of both, right? Just really good timing on his Pinot Noir release. It came out right around when Sideways, the movie, came out, which was bashing Merlot. Uh, Side note joke in there that he was actually drinking Merlot that he was bashing, but um, he was Pinot Noir after that had a big insurgence. So it's again right wine at the right time. So again, this was around 19 high teens price point back then. When it came out, people were looking for a Pinot Noir that was a little elevated, but not in that 40, 50, $100 range where you'll often find Pinot Noirs. Again, mostly because those are hard to grow. So that's why the best Pinot Noirs get those kind of prices. All right. Yeah, so he created this wine, and this, by the way, is the 2019 at a 13.7% alcohol. Created this wine brand in 2015. They sold 700,000 cases, so they're making a lot of this wine. Yeah, I believe it is still the number one selling Pinot Noir, at least over $15. It's definitely the number one selling Pinot Noir. It's in every restaurant in most cases. You can find it. All right. He did sell this brand to Constellation a number of years back. And then after that, he went on to do Boen. All right. So this is his new brand. Meiomi is his old brand. They will tell you, the current winemakers and winery, that there's no substantial difference in this wine. I will tell you, if you find one back from when Joe was the winemaker there, you can definitely taste the difference. All right? So, this wine has there's a little bit of cherry aroma on here, okay? Cherry, vanilla, coffee. All right. So again, why it's probably super popular. Reminds me, it's a vanilla latte in wine form. Vanilla latte is the number one selling drink at Starbucks. Kind of goes to show you why this would be the number one Pinot Noir if it has that sort of same aroma. Again, cherry and vanilla. Those are really the big standout tastes on this wine. Has a fairly high residual sugar, 6.9 grams per liter. I'm going to be honest, I really want to hate this wine. I don't hate it. It's not my favorite, though. There are way better Pinot Noirs out there. Maybe a couple dollars more, but if you can get something from Willamette Valley or some other areas of maybe some single vineyards in California, this is there's definitely a lot of oak treatment here. Probably a lot of oak chips. I would imagine at that price point, they're not using a lot of French oak barrels. They're probably using chips or some other sort of flavoring at that price point. For those of you who don't know, again, Constellation is a huge conglomerate. They are pushing their way into what they call finer wines. We'll see what happens. They just launched a fine wine division very recently. But up until then, they're really mostly known for Corona and Modelo. So we'll see what they do. I don't know if Meiomi is going to end up in their fine wine division or not. We'll see what happens. They did purchase it from Joe Wagner for $315 million. So they definitely need to get their money back at some point in time. I'm sure they've gotten some of it back already because, again, 700,000 cases in 1 year. they say Pinot that tastes like no other, and I would say that's a good thing because I don't really want a Pinot that tastes like that. All right, I'm just going to move on quickly to Boen. So again, Joe Wagner sells Meiomi, goes off. He's not allowed to do anything that directly competes with Meiomi for quite some time. Standard contract stuff. But now he is. So in the last couple of years, he's come out with the Boen line. This is the exact same three appellations out of California. Again, Monterey, Sonoma, and Santa Barbara. All right. His company is named Copper Cane, by the way. They do also some other wines as well. Belle Gloss, lovely Pinot Noirs. Again, a little more on the higher tier, single vineyard type wines. And Quilt. Quilt's a great Cabernet out of Napa Valley. I do have some very limited edition Quilt for sale at Triple B Liquors. If you're interested, come in and see me. Well, I'll show you them. They're really good. All right. You notice these California Pinots are a little darker than a regular Pinot Noir, or a lot of Pinot Noirs that you're probably used to. I'd say that's probably the hotter climate in California that gives them this extract. This one's more like cherry cola on the aroma. Much brighter fruit flavors. Cherry, blackberry, and a little strawberry as well. Still a hint of that cocoa in there, which I guess, again, still coming from the oak. They both had a long finish. The Boen, I think, has a slightly more pleasant finish, so the longer that finish is okay, whereas the Meiomi had a long finish, but you're like, maybe I should eat something and get the taste out of my mouth. All right. The higher alcohol content in the Boen is also a little more noticeable. This is 14.6% alcohol versus the 13.7, so almost a full percentage point. 14 may still be the breaking point for the higher taxes. Maybe why Meiomi comes in under the 14. I'm not 100% sure on those tax laws, but you do pay by a percentage of alcohol in a lot of cases. So maybe why they've cut the Meiomi under 14. Slightly more structure. Neither one of them have any grippy tannins. If you're not into those grippy tannins, these are both good wines for you. Definitely less residual sugar in the Boen, which again is more my speed. They're both okay. My issue, the Boen I would rate as slightly better than the Meiomi if I had to pick. Hold them up again one more time. All right, so if you had both of these choices in the supermarket or the restaurants that you're going to, neither one of them are bad picks. Neither one of them are great picks. All right, at $21, for again just a little bit more, you can go out and get yourself a single vineyard somewhere. You can get yourself something from the Willamette Valley, a more traditional Pinot Noir that I would at least enjoy more. These are great beginner type wines, but not really at beginner prices. So something you got to think about. If I had to pick one over the other, again, the Boen is the way to go. Again, Joe Wagner does do a lot of other great things. Quilt and the Bell Gloss are excellent. And there are other versions of Boen Pinot Noir and Boen Chardonnay as well, which would be interesting to try in the Copper Cane line. So that's the review for this week. Pinot Noir for Easter. Again, if I had my choice, again, these are at the exact same price point. I would pick up the Boen over the Meiomi, but the Meiomi is super popular. You're going to find it everywhere. And although it's not my style, not a terrible wine choice. Okay. Other than that, don't forget to check out our merch that is now available. I Heart Wine sweatshirts, t-shirts, and more. What else? What else do we have going on? Don't forget we still have the headset giveaway we're doing for 500 subscribers. Tell your friends, get out there and subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out this content. Hopefully you like it. If there's something you want to see more of, you want to see less of, see more of the dog, less of my face, whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comments down below. Until then, hope you heart your wine as much as I do. Cheers.